Alrighty, my friends, we're going to talk about cells and organelles right here, right now. So structure and function, that's pretty much what we always want to discuss. And the cell, as you know, is the fundamental unit of life. Most organisms, as it turns out, are unicellular. Ooh. Right, even the multicellular guys, all the processes is really comes down to the little cell guy, our little friend. Tree of Life, Bio 106. It's okay if you haven't done that already, but there's lots and lots of different species, and again, the cell is the fundamental unit of everything on this planet that's alive. We talked about that. All right, so prokaryotes, the guys that are single cell, and they are bacteria and archaea, much simpler than the eukaryotes. Eukaryotes are everything else. It's not a bacteria or an archaea. And what are some of the main deals in the proks? Well, plasma membrane seems familiar. Chromosomes, DNA, right, in there. Cytoplasm, cytosol, the liquid. Ribosomes, yes. These guys have a cell wall outside of the plasma membrane. And then they have a flagellum, which helps them swim around. Lots of them also have little cilia, which also helps them. Okay, that's really bad. C-I-L-I-A is how you spell that. That's the main structures of the prokaryotes. Again, cytoplasm, plasma membrane, a lipid bilayer, a phospholipid bilayer. Oops, I ran out of room. Just like ours. Well, very, very similar to the eukaryotes. What else? Most surrounded by a cell wall. Who else has a cell wall? Who else? What eukaryote has a cell wall? Yeah, plants. Remember that. Tough protective structure. What is it made out of? What is it made out of? What did we just do? Peptidoglycan? Peptidoglycan? How do you spell that? I don't remember, right? One of our carbs. And what does it do? It prevents itself from blowing up. Osmotic pressure. What does that mean? Too much water, right? Pushing in, pushing out, right? Helps it hold its structure. What is a cytoplasm? Similar to ours, but no organelles in it. No organelles. What's an organelle? Anything membrane bound. No organelles. Or very few. Of course, in science, we're always looking for new stuff. And of course, a few organelles have been found in some bacteria, very rare. But we're going to say no organelles as our general rule. Right? Proteins, complexes, metabolites, ions, all the stuff that you need to survive, to live, to be alive. Oh, yes. Their chromosome, one single circle. Okay, ooh. It's double-stranded, double helix, just like ours. Covalently closed phosphodiester bonds. Right, between each nucleotide, deoxyribonucleotides, right, held together in a circle by phosphodiester bonds. Chromosome encodes for all the proteins, right, RNAs required by the cell, right? First we go, DNA makes RNA makes a protein. Super coiled, woohoo, right, in that circular chromosome. So that's why it looks all, it doesn't sit there like, my little drawing. It's all coiled up. Spaghetti. We call where it's located. So it's usually in a big mass somewhere. Here's our little picture of it, the nucleoid, not an organelle. It's just a location, a locus. Okay, not like a membrane-bound nucleus. Don't get confused. Don't get confused. They also carry some small extrachromosomal DNA, and that is called a plasmid. Right there, those little guys. Also a circle. They can pass these back and forth between each other, and we use these little plasmids in the lab. Right, so we can use these in the lab. Woohoo! What else? Ooh, the ribosomes. I keep touching that. Ribosomes. This is where we do protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. We make proteins using the ribosome, right? How do we do that? We do translation. Coming up soon to a lecture near you. And the large subunit, small subunit, very similar to Euks, but not exactly. Same function. What else? Oh, flagella motility. So they can swim. Right? Swim. Go, guys, go. Okay, Euks. Stop talking! Okay, not yet. We got to do the Euks first, and then I'll stop talking. My mom! Yeah, okay, thank you, muscle man. Okay, Euc cell structure, large compared to Proks. So everything can't just diffuse across the entire cell. That's why we need these organelles, so we can send stuff around, have a network of how to transfer stuff all over the cells, and we'll talk about that when we get to all the organelles. Increases the chemical reaction efficiency. Ooh, yeah, it does. We'll keep talking about that. All right, cell structure correlates with function, of course, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about each of these, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. And let's look at our generalized animal cell. Right, so we have animal versus plant. So here's the nucleus, right? So this guy, the nuclear envelope, we'll talk about that. It's a double membrane. So that means there's two phospholipid bilayers. So they're not just saying bilayer, two of those guys. Chromatin, chromosomes, that's our DNA. The nucleolus, that's where the stuff happens. Chromosomes are condensed down in there. We'll talk about that guy too. And then this is just giving us all of them. We'll talk about each one, but I want to point out ribosomes. Yes, just like Proks, not just like, but same function. Plasma membrane, yes, Proks have that. And well, they don't even list it in here. The cytoplasm. The liquid with all the stuff in it, also known as cytosol. All right, same. Okay, what else? Ooh, plant. Okay, same thing. Look at that. Ooh, yes. Pretty much all the other stuff, same. But, whoa, look at this. Cell wall, right? Similar to Proks, but not the same. What is the cell wall made up of? Cellulose in plants. The chloroplast, what does that guy do? Photosynthesis. Not found in animals, because animals don't do photosynthesis. Interesting. All right. Moving on, we'll talk about, again, all those guys separately, but not yet. Yes. Ooh, and then here's an upload. Here's what you guys got to do. You got to do for the homework upload. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Help. That one. The homework upload in class ProksEuks. should be listed in the module right below this link. Prok cells, what is similar, what is different between Euks cells. So the same, different, and list those guys, and then screenshot and upload, take a picture and upload, do something and upload. And there you have it.